time! Sorry about the writing being backwards. I can't tell which way the camera goes, because to me it's this one I can see, but maybe to you it's this way, which is more messier. So it's story time. I'm back with new glasses and another pair, but I can't be bothered to show you another pair. My legs sitting awkwardly, my computer wouldn't upload. I'm gonna die of a dead leg later. And stuff. So today I'm gonna tell you a story about how I went on a trip, I came back and I got ill. And all the drama that happened after it. By the way, this is a very personal story. Very personal, the ending is. So don't judge, I did what I did. So, as you guys may or may not know, I can't remember mentioning that I am deaf. I have cochlear implants, but I'm not wearing them because I don't wear them in the evening. Now, school has just started 3 weeks ago, but that don't matter yet. So on the 3rd to the 4th week of the 6 weeks holidays, as I'm British, I'm going to explain, I went on a trip for a week in Wales in a place called Sealyham Activity Centre, which is a really cool activity centre. Now, I made loads of new friends, had almost no sleep because the bed was too comfortable. Not uncomfortable, they were too comfortable to the point they were uncomfortable. Now get your blankets and start making popcorn, because I've got a heck of a story to tell, and I might tell what happened today as well. But remember, this is very personal. So, I want to explain what happened. So, but I don't have to explain in the future, near the ending. I'll tell you when it gets to the personal stuff. And by the way, this is going to be a pretty gross story because I ended up catching the flu and stuff. So, I went in this activity centre called Sealyham in Wales, which was 5 hours away from my town. I'm not going to say what, so let's call my town Scottham. And I live next to Rosa, and I live next to Worcester. But I'm not telling you what my town is called. I'm just telling you where I live, which is UK, but I'm not telling you what my town's called, because that's my town and I don't want stalkers. So it was 5 hours from Scottham, fake town name. So I went to this activity centre, slept there for a week. We went surfing, coastering, which means you climb and jump off rocks. Yeah. Coastering, canoeing, raft building, jumping off hills, playing games, archery, eventually getting lost. It's not fun getting lost when you're deaf, because you cannot hear, and having a deaf woman with you as well. And I tried to learn some sign language. This man was ace. So I was actually yeah. And my favourite was coastering and jumping off and stuff. high ropes. I wasn't scared, it was just windy. So, as you know, noted activity, I was involved in a lot of water activities, which didn't cause me to become ill, but I think it triggered me to end up having the flu. And thank goodness not pneumonia, whatever the thing is, you guys know what I'm about. Thank gosh. But on the first day to Friday, I started having a sore throat. And I thought, it's just a sore throat, you know? Nasty cough and a sore throat. After I came out, I thought, it's a sore throat. On Saturday, I lose my voice. So I thought I've got bloody laryngitis and stuff. I was feeling fine. I was feeling a bit sore and not very appetizing, but I was feeling fine and stuff. Then on Sunday, I was fine in the morning. It got to around tea time, and I started feeling a bit nauseous and a bit unwell, you know. My laryngitis really kicked in and I really couldn't speak, and my appetite weren't doing too well. And my mum took me to the out of hours because the doctors aren't open on a Sunday, I think. Out of hours. I was feeling really ill. I felt sick. The thing was, I couldn't be sick. I was retching, I was heaving, but I weren't being sick. And I had diarrhea. I know this was gross. I had diarrhea. It was horrible. Yeah. I went out of hours. They said I had a chest infection and laryngitis. And a really nasty cough and cold and a sickness bug. So I was diagnosed with, I think I had the flu. They didn't say I did. They were more concerned about my chest infection. And I got good laryngitis. I've never been in the car feeling really sick, and them kept talking to me. I was like, leave me alone. So I get home, I'm feeling really unwell still. In fact, even worse. I take one bite of these antibiotics to think, no, they were massive. They were bigger than my original tablets. They taste horrible. They gave me horrific wind. Then a couple of days later, what do we find out? That they got blooming penicillin in it. Now, I'm not allergic. I don't know if I'm allergic to them. I don't think I'm allergic to them. But I don't think my stomach can handle them. The last time I had penicillin, let's just say it went poorly. So, I had penicillin. They were making me feel sick. They were too big. I was struggling. I was heaving because of the struggling. So I got given some more antibiotics. I was fine for about another couple of days until my nan tells me this. Take them 2 hours after your other medicine. But she forgot to explain 2 hours with food. 2 hours with the food. You can see where this is going. So I take the medicine. I thought, okay, nothing wrong with this. Then suddenly I start feeling a bit ill again after a week of recovering and feeling better. And I was just like laid in that bed thinking, I'm sorry. So I went downstairs to tell my mum, this was during dinner, and I went to my mum, I feel ill again. Ran up to the bathroom and etc. So my mum thought, Bella in the doctors. And the doctors took me off the medicine because there was a problem. There's something in the medicine that don't go well with hernias. And I've got a hiatus hernia. And that, if you could see, was not nice. I had heartburn because I have gastroesophageal reflux disease, and I got Barrett's esophagus disease. I'll explain another day. And having a hiatus hernia, which is like a little pouch in the stomach, and a small esophagus sucks. Because it means you're very acidy, heartburn, you name it. So when I've been ill, this is when it gets to the personal stuff. After this is the having a flu, but I'm not on about the flu. I was talking to my dad. Now, this is really personal. Me and my dad have an on and off relationship because of his mental health. And his mental health hasn't gotten him to good places. My mum's got an harassment order on him due to his text messages. I've seen him hurt people in the past that I'd rather not explain. I've had terrible anxiety in the past and I don't want to explain. So he sends me this message, etc. Lauren, when are you gonna see me again? And me having a habit of done it in the past, deciding to skip it, already knowing what's gonna happen. So he goes to me and text message. This is a Facebook message, by the way. He goes to me, Lauren, you're always avoiding this message. Why are you always avoiding the message? Don't you love me or something? I can't remember. So I went to ask my mum for advice. She told me, tell him. Now, she said this before, but I've been too scared to properly tell him. But because I was ill and I'd had enough of the past events, I told him. And quite brutally, if I'm being honest. It did involve the word saying you always wallow in your house depressed and sad. Because I'm pretty sure he needs to be diagnosed with bipolar with his emotional changes, honestly. Apparently he's been diagnosed with something, but I have no idea, honestly. So, I sent in a message, and I noticed silence, not a word. Not a word. I don't know why I'm telling you this. I just thought it might as well do something for a video to make up time. Apart from my iPad, apart from my laptop not letting me upload. Okay, so not a word, and usually the guy's making a paragraph to the point it can be turned into a scroll of words. So I look into it half an hour later, and me and my mum noticed that he had deactivated his Facebook. But you could tell that he had read the message. So I thought he might be thinking over, so I waited for a few days. Then I noticed he had gotten back on Facebook, but there was a problem. Like I said, he deactivated his Facebook, so I couldn't send a message. But while he deactivated his Facebook, I was still able to send a message to him. Until half an hour later, it said unable to continue or reply message, I think. A few days later, he's back on the page. But it still said unable to reply. So me and my mum thought he must have blocked me. How immature was that? Well, let me tell you this. My dad is an idiot. I love him, but I've got no sympathy for him. He's hurt me and a lot of people too much. So I blocked him. Now that's the end of story 1. Story 2 is what has happened today. Or yesterday, I can't remember what day it was. Now, we had a family friend, anonymous name, I'm not saying a name. Family friend called Chica, let's call her Chica, and her family. Chica and her family used to be very close to my family, or my aunt Kate. To my aunt. Now, one day, Chica got in trouble with an argument with her friend called Bel Air. I'm not telling you her name. And I don't know what happened, but Chica decided to act all immature and unfriend Bel Air. And my aunt decided to stand up for Bel Air. And Chica didn't like that and made the whole family block or delete my aunt. Now, it was very awkward and there was a lot of tension. Me and my mum weren't involved in it until last year. Review day, I think, or parents' evening. I think it was parents' evening. We went past Chica and she did not say hello to my mum. She just glared at my aunt. I didn't see that at the time, so I don't know. But Chica sent a message to my mum saying she will not speak to my mum if she's with my aunt. My mum was furious with Chica. It was terrible. So long story short, my mum Chica makes the whole family unfriend her. My mum. Now that got bad. And if you think that was bad, wait until you hear the next bit. And etc. A day later, Chica unfriends me. And I cried because I'm like, what did I do? My mum was furious with Chica. And I've not sent Chica the same since. And now to give to my mum death glares and stuff. And my aunt. Now, give it a year later, almost a year later, Chica bumps into my mum a couple of days ago. And she had a habit of trying to walk straight into my mum on purpose. Now, something's happened. I don't know what's happened, but it's something. Chica had somehow decided to get her whole family to guess what? To delete me on Facebook. And you have to see something that hurts. Again, and I say the same thing again. What did I do? Except I was more angry than upset this time. Because before my mum said this, my mum said to me, don't speak to Chica again. She's horrible. She's got problems. Chica has. Poor Bella and auntie. So, I'm hoping Chica has some bad karma on her. I'm a lovely girl. But I really do. And I look like a psychopath, but Chica is a very unkind person. And my plan is just to walk and smile every time I see her, like this. My mum has a bad habit of laughing at serious, awkward moments. To the point that I don't know what I'll do. But I am definitely not liking Chica anymore. Me and Chica used to talk. It was just my mum and my auntie wouldn't talk to. So, karma. Come on. And that's the end of story time. If you want more, feel free to ask. Bye.